Hello class, my name is Jordan Joseph, and this is my presentation. My subject for this presentation is Vincent Willem van Gogh. He was born on March 30, 1853 and died on July 29, 1890. He created about 2,100 artworks, including around 860 oil paintings, most of which date from the last 2 years of his life. They include landscapes, still lifes, portraits, and self-portraits, and are characterized by bold colors and dramatic, impulsive and expressive brushwork that contributed to the foundations of modern art. He was not commercially successful, struggled with severe depression and poverty, and committed suicide at the age of 37. Van Gogh suffered from psychotic episodes and delusions, and though he worried about his mental stability, he often neglected his physical health, did not eat properly and drank heavily. His friendship with Gauguin ended after a confrontation between the two when, in a rage, Van Gogh severed a part of his own left ear with a razor. He spent time in psychiatric hospitals, including a period at Saint-Rémy. After he discharged himself and moved to the Auberge Revue in Auvers-sur-Oise near Paris, he came under the care of the homeopathic Dr. Paul Gauchet. His depression persisted, and on July 27, 1890, Van Gogh is believed to have shot himself in the chest with a revolver, dying from his injuries 2 days later. Van Gogh was born into an upper-middle-class family. While a child he drew and was serious, quiet and thoughtful. As a young man he worked as an art dealer, often traveling, but became depressed after he was transferred to London. He turned to religion and spent time as a Protestant missionary in southern Belgium. He drifted in ill health and solitude before taking up painting in 1881, having moved back home with his parents. His younger brother Theo supported him financially. The two kept a long correspondence by letter. His early works, mostly still lifes and depictions of peasant laborers, contain few signs of the vivid color that distinguished his later work. In 1886, he moved to Paris, where he met members of the avant-garde, including Émile Bernard and Paul Gauguin, who were reacting against the Impressionist sensibility. As his work developed, he created a new approach to still lifes and local landscapes. His paintings grew brighter as he developed a style that became fully realized during his stay in Arles in the south of France in 1888. During this period he broadened his subject matter to include series of olive trees, wheat fields and sunflowers. Van Gogh was commercially unsuccessful during his lifetime, and he was considered a madman and a failure. As he became famous only after his suicide, he came to be seen as a misunderstood genius in the public imagination. 6. His reputation grew in the early 20th century as elements of his style came to be incorporated by the Fauves and German Expressionists. He attained widespread critical and commercial success over the ensuing decades, and is remembered as an important but tragic painter whose troubled personality typifies the romantic ideal of the tortured artist. Today, Van Gogh's works are among the world's most expensive paintings to have ever sold, and his legacy is honored by a museum in his name, the Van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam, which holds the world's largest collection of his paintings and drawings. This is my tribute to Vincent van Gogh. I decided to go with a poster. I made this poster using some of the same colors and themes he used for his painting, using one of his paintings, Starry Night over the Rhone, that has a dark and mysterious setting to contrast the colorful portrait. The same way Van Gogh paintings were excellent pieces of work, but the dark and gloomy side of Van Gogh was his mental instability. I used the realistic portrait of Van Gogh to show the development of art and how far it came from oil paintings to complex realistic paintings of human portraits. Thank you for listening to my presentation. I hope it was well informative and I hope you liked my tribute to Van Gogh.